Ciao everyone, I'm Rossella and welcome to Cooking with Nonna. Today I have a very special guest. I have Nonna Lydia all the way from Palermo, Sicily, and her last name is Palermo too, so go figure.
Hi.
Say hi,
Hi
everybody.
We're going to make very good recipes today.
What are we making today?
We're going to make timbali.
Oh, a Sicilian Timballo?
Yes, we are.
I'm very excited because if you've seen the movie Big Night, I know it's one of my favorite movies. It's that really big, delicious thing that they make in Big Night that nobody really knew how to make exactly, and today we're going to make it for you. It's actually a very southern classic. It's either Sicilian or from the Naples region, but in Sicily, they make it in a very particular way with the Anelletti pasta, the little round rings.
Right. And we have the eggplant
to give it a special twist.
Yes.
So this is really, really cool. I'm so excited. What's the first thing we're going to do?
Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make the dough.
Let's open up. So
okay.
It's a very simple crust.
Very simple.
A lot of people are really intimidated about making a crust like this.
Yes, a lot of people are. But it's really very simple as long as we have the correct measurements, which we do. Well, I'm putting 2 sticks of butter.
Okay. Cold butter.
Cold butter. And then we're going to put our flour. Now, it's very...
And this is a great dish to make ahead of time, like the day before something.
It's even better, sure.
It's kind of one of those things that's better the next day when
it actually
everything
lasts
solidifies.
1 week. It actually lasts 1 week.
Well, that's probably why it was so popular, back in the day in Italy, because it was something that you would eat.
A pinch of salt.
So salt, butter, and flour together.
Right.
Again, if you want exact measurements, just go to cookingwithnonna.com for the exact recipe and measurements.
And we're going to add the milk and 2 eggs.
After we get this going. Okay, so we're going to lock this really quick. And I would say that we're going to let this go for about 5 to 7 minutes just so it comes together before we add in our liquid ingredients.
Yes, because otherwise we'll have it all over ourselves.
Right. We don't want that.
No.
No, these are designer aprons.
Definitely.
Gotta keep it clean.
We want to keep it clean. Okay. Okay.
So we're going to add in our liquids. First the milk.
So we're doing the milk, and now we're going to add the 2 eggs.
So if you don't want to use milk, you can also use water.
Yes, a lot of times I do use water, but this recipe we're doing it with milk.
It's going to be an extra rich recipe, so we're going to go all out here.
It's tender. It becomes more tender, the dough, when you use the milk.
Okay. So I think our dough's ready, right?
Very good.
So what you're looking for with this dough is the moisture content. It doesn't stick to your hands anymore.
Right.
And this is after we've been working our mixer for about 7 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, 7 to 10. It's perfect.
And making dough, you just want to make sure that it's humid to the touch. It's not sticky. And if it is sticky, you just add a little bit more flour.
Yeah, just add the flour.
So ideally, we would wrap this up in plastic wrap and let it sit for about 30 minutes. Let it rest for a little bit.
Yes.
We're just going to
let the dough rest.
Always let the dough rest. Dough's been working hard. So we're going to put this off to the side. What's the first thing we're going to do?
First thing, we're going to put some oil in. We're going to turn this on.
Okay, so we got our fire going. We're going to add some extra virgin olive oil.
We're going to add some oil.
So we're just going to add some garlic.
Okay, now I'm adding the garlic in. And we're going to saute it. We don't want to burn it because if we burn the garlic, it would be bitter. So we don't want to do that.
Not good. Burnt garlic is never cute.
Never bitter, right. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to be making a meat sauce.
Yes, we're going to add I'm just going to saute this a few seconds, and then we're going to start. We're going to add, let me get our meat.
So we have 3 kinds of meat. We have some beef, we have some veal, and we have some pork.
Right.
And that's really, the combination is what really gets a very flavorful ragu sauce.
So it's just like the meatballs where you would use the 3 different, the beef, the pork, and the veal. Just a couple of seconds.
It smells so good already.
Nothing like that.
So this is actually very simple as long as you have all of your ingredients prepped and ready to go. and then assembling it is the easiest part. So you can make the sauce ahead of time, you know,
Right.
the day before even, fry the eggplant, just get everything ready, and then put
And
it
it's
together.
a good idea if you do it ahead of time, because it goes very fast that way, and it's just easier. It's not so time consuming.
This is a great dish for like a special occasion,
This is great.
for a holiday.
And it's a full meal. We have everything here.
It really
included.
is a full meal.
Okay.
It's a meal baked into a really beautiful crust.
Now I'm going to add the wine, because I want to cook it a few minutes, because I want it to dissolve, so I want to do that next.
So we have some white wine in here. And you want to wait until all the alcohol evaporates
Yes.
out of the wine to add
That's why I added
the
it
rest
now.
of the ingredients. And you'll know that, you'll be able to smell it. You'll see the vapors rise up. And once you don't smell that alcohol smell anymore, then you can proceed
We can
with
put
your
this
sauce.
a little higher now. I just didn't want to. Yeah. Okay.
So we're just going to add a bay leaf.
Yes, we're going to do our
All the
bay leaf.
alcohol is out of our
I'm going to
meat.
put 2 bay leaves in, because then we have to take them out.
Yeah,
the
you
2
got to
bay leaves.
take those out at the end. They're just to add a little bit of flavor.
I'm going to add a little pepperoncino. And we have some parsley. We want to make it look pretty.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, I'm just going to add a little salt.
Just a little bit. And I can really smell all the flavors of
Oh,
the
yeah,
meats and the
we can.
wine. And now we're ready to add our tomatoes. These are just canned crushed tomatoes.
Very easy.
People are very particular about their tomatoes, though, because either you're a canned crushed person,
You are.
you're a whole plum person, you don't want to change. I totally get it. If you are going to use the whole plum tomatoes, the best thing to do to crush them up is to use your hands.
Your
though.
hands are the best tools. Okay, you're stirring that. Okay, good. Okay, I think I need more. Okay, so this is one can.
And this is not a sauce that we're going to let cook for a couple
No.
hours. It's really not
This is
necessary.
fast. Very
because
fast.
it's going to go into the oven and it's going to cook more.
It's going to cook, yes.
So you
we're
don't have to
just-
leave this on the stove.
No, it's very fast. Okay. Then we have peas. We have frozen peas.
Frozen peas. I love that
Which
combination. It's
I do
such a
too.
classic combination of
Frozen
meat
peas
sauce
are
with the
great. It's
peas.
fantastic.
If you've had like a lasagna with some peas in it, they're a really nice addition.
Okay. Because it's going to cook. We'll incorporate everything right now.
Very, very nice. So this is great. We're just going to let this get hot, really, because the meat is cooked by now. The tomatoes, if you have canned tomatoes, they're already cooked.
Yeah, they're cooked.
So we're just going to let this all get hot, all the flavors meld together, and then we're going to stir in our Anelletti pasta. And we've waited for this pasta to cool down, and we've cooked it to not quite al dente because, of course, it's going to cook in the oven more. So I like to say a step below al dente is called al pacco, and that means it comes right out of the pack. It spends a couple minutes in the water, but it still kind of tastes like it came out of the pack.
Okay, we do have this now.
Okay.
Well mixed.
So this is well mixed. We're going to let this hang out while we start rolling out our dough. And this is actually much easier than people think.
Oh,
You want to
yeah.
roll it out to about 1/4 inch, maybe a little bit thicker, because you do want the bottom to be nice and thick so none of the juices seep out.
Oh, yeah, that's very important, that. Absolutely.
And all you do is roll one way, and then you can flip it and roll the other way. You want to try and make it as round as possible, but don't worry if it's not a perfect circle.
You can always fix that, right?
Yeah. You just want to make sure that it is bigger than the pan that we're using because we want this crust to go up around the sides.
Yes, that's very important.
And when you're rolling crust, you want to flip it over every so often when you're rolling, just so you have the humid side up to work with because the part that rests against the wood is going to have more moisture. The part that's against, the air is going to start to dry out ever so slightly. So we're going to roll this over the rolling pin to get it into our pan. You wouldn't want to just pick it up and try and drop it in. You might break it. So you want to roll it over the rolling pin, and you want to let it drop down into the pan. And let it drop inside and start pressing. Ooh. This was really meant for a nonna and a granddaughter to do together, I think.
I think that's wonderful that way.
Yes.
I'm pressing it into the pan now.
How many grandchildren do you have?
2.
Twins. Two little boys, right?
2 boys.
And do they cook with you?
Oh, yeah, they're learning to cook. They're great meatball rollers.
Aww.
They do.
Did they start putting in their menus yet?
Oh, yeah. They ask for different things. They love to cook.
So we're just going to trim off the excess. Start. You can also take a slicer and do it 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you can use a knife, whatever's easier. Now this is the eggplant that we fried.
This is just thinly sliced.
Thinly sliced and just fried.
In some extra virgin olive oil. So we want to do 1 layer.
We're both going to work on this.
On the bottom. And this makes it very Sicilian to me.
Oh, definitely.
The addition of eggplant.
The eggplant, but it's delicious. So we have our vegetable here.
Just make a nice layer.
Okay. And we put it over.
And then we're going to go up the sides.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And you want to make sure, you want to absorb some of the extra oil on this if you can. Just layer with some paper towels.
That we already have done.
Mm-hmm. So we arranged all of our eggplant into our pan, and we're ready for some mozzarella.
Mm-hmm.
And
okay, we're going to move this here, and we're going to start putting it in.
You want to just put a layer on the bottom.
Just on the bottom.
And you want to use a nice dry mozzarella because we're going to have a lot of moisture from the rest of our ingredients. Mm-hmm. And now we're going to start filling with our Anelletti. And you want to fill about halfway with Anelletti. That looks amazing. I cannot wait to eat
hungry.
this.
Too bad we have to bake it, right?
I know.
Wait. Okay.
So just fill it. So we're going to do 1 more layer of our eggplant.
This was just perfect.
Yes, we did good.
Okay.
Do some more mozzarella. Piece in the middle there. I'm going to switch this out for a nice whole piece. I like to fill holes, Okay. And now we're going to fold our eggplant over. And I've also seen this done with no crust and just eggplant. And then when you take it out of the mold, it's so beautiful. It's just this eggplant dome. It looks so great. Okay. And we're going to put some more mozzarella, whatever we have left.
That looks pretty already.
I know. Do we really have to cook it?
That's what I said.
So now we've finished assembling our timballo. All we're going to do next is roll out the top part of our dough. And when we come back, we're going to have it all put together, and we're just going to decorate.
My name is Lydia Palermo, and I grew up in the United States. I grew up in Queens. My father was in the catering business, and my grandparents were in the bakery business. I really didn't follow that, but I love to cook. My husband was a doctor. So my father wanted me to marry a doctor, so I did. So I have a daughter, Andrea, and I have 2 grandchildren that are 5 years old, and they love to cook too. They make meatballs with me, everything. They like to bake, and they're going to be doctors too.
Okay, so our crust is rolled out for the top. It fit perfectly. And now we trimmed off some of the excess, and we have some dough left over. So we're going to make some fun little designs.
We're going to decorate now. That's always fun.
Nonna Lydia is going to make some little ropes.
Very easy.
Go easy. And I'm going to make a little flower. Now you can decorate this however you want. This is really fun. If you're doing an Easter one, you can make like a nice cross over it. You can write out somebody's name.
Oh yeah, you can really do anything you want with it, whatever you like.
This is kind of like a big savory birthday cake. So I feel like you could totally write someone's name or initials on it, somebody special. And you just get like a little cookie cutter, and we're going to go and just cut out a cute little flower here. I'm going to help Nonna make some ropes. And this is the part where you can get your grandchildren involved if you want.
Oh, my grandsons would love to do this.
They would, right?
They're great in the kitchen, and they love to play with dough.
I'm going to start putting them on, and just stick them on. You want to make kind of a cross or an X. Put our last one. If it doesn't fit, just break it off. Great. I'm going to do it from this side.
Looks beautiful.
And then we just take our little flower that we made and just stick it right in the middle. That looks so cute.
Beautiful.
I love this. And the last step for this is just brush it with a little bit of egg wash because we do want some color on here. We want it to look brown and beautiful.
So it's just eggs.
Just a couple beaten eggs.
And that's it. With a little brush to make it look pretty.
Don't forget the flour.
Absolutely.
And we just brush this really nice, quick. And then this is going to go into a 350-degree oven for about an hour. You want to make sure the crust is nicely colored. And then you're going to be ready to eat it. And since I can't actually wait an hour before we eat this, we have one that's already done hanging out in the oven. So I'm going to go grab that, and we're going to cut into it and see how our timballo came out.
My grandparents were born in Italy. My parents were born here. Everyone spoke Italian. They were very Italian. We did all the traditional things. We visited Italy many times. My parents had an apartment in Europe. I didn't think there was anybody else but Italian people till I was about 12, but I realized that there were. The Italian people are always around food. Our whole life is food. Whatever it is, there's an occasion that we're making something. So I really enjoy cooking for every holiday for many people. Baking, I didn't do that much. Simple things. My brother, being a pastry chef, did everything. So I was lucky. My daughter's birthday, make a cake, do this. So that was easy for me. But I do enjoy it. I was 21 when I got married, and I watched my mother, but I really didn't realize what went into cooking. I would call her every 5 minutes. How do you do this? How do you do that? And I learned. I really enjoyed. And one day my father came and he would say, we have to eat your food. Well, he did, and he was surprised. He couldn't believe that I was able to do it. But if you really like something, you will learn. So, and I really did learn. So, and I'm very happy that I did. My special dishes would be the orangina, which I really love, the spitini, whether veal or chicken, the carbonara I like. Really, I enjoy really anything with any vegetables I like to do, any of the beans I make. I really, anything. I know my grandchildren, they love, like children do, they love chicken cutlets. Chicken cutlets or meatballs. That's one of their favorite. So that's what I do a lot for them. But, I try anything. I like to try new recipes, and, I really enjoy it.
I don't know about you, Nonna Lydia, but I cannot wait to taste this.
I can't wait to.
Pull out a plate.
Let's taste it.
Do you want to do the honors?
Okay. I will. Oh my goodness, this looks really good.
Wow.
It's nice and high. Okay, just hold that a second. Yeah.
Take out a nice slice.
Okay.
Ooh. That looks awesome.
Wow. Good, you be the first to taste it.
Okay, let me go first. I want to make sure I get everything on the fork.
It's a winner?
That is incredible. You taste everything. You taste the pasta, the mozzarella, the eggplant. You really, really have a whole pow of flavor packed into this amazing crust. The crust is so flaky and delicious and flavorful. Oh my God. Thank you so much for coming on my show. Thank you for teaching me how to make this timballo. And thank you for being my nonna today.
Thank you so much.
Mwah. Ciao.
Ciao.